LEGO has just released the most overpriced LEGO Star Wars Battle Pack ever made. But can it be saved? Can I make it worth the money LEGO is asking? That's what we are going to find out in this video, where I challenge myself to upgrade every aspect of it and use it to create an awesome Clone Wars battle diorama. Let's start with unboxing and building of the set, which offers quite an enjoyable but very short building experience for a set of this price. Builds are very straightforward, but nicely accomplish the required in-universe design. Maybe besides that little heavy gun, which is here just an attempt to add some value. Dwarf Spider Droid is my favorite build and a fantastic improvement on the previous versions. 80RT is nice, much closer to minifigure scale, but it's still too big. Of course, the main selling point of the set are great minifigures, especially this 327 Star Corps Trooper with a new shoulder armor. Could have been a near perfect minifigure if it only had a physical waistcape. Let's face it, the value proposition of this set is ridiculous for $45. Let's try to fix it. Let's start with this clone mortar, cannon or whatever it's trying to be. We are going to use this design from my clone outpost on Salekumai, which is based on a heavy repeating blaster we saw in the Clone Wars. I tried my best to make it as accurate in design and minifigure scale as I could, and I'm glad how it turned out, as it's a simple but effective design. For this heavy blaster there should be a dedicated operator. So to help with the value of the set, let's add Phase 2 Clone Gunner, which appeared only in one set so far and haven't been seen for 2 years. It would be a nice possibility to make him more accessible for the fans to enjoy, and works great with the heavy blaster cannon. Let's continue with the Republic 80RT Walker, which is definitely an improvement in scale accuracy over most recent 80RTs, but unfortunately is still too big in comparison to the minifigures. Which is funny, as LEGO had two quite accurate 80RTs in 2010 and 2016 Clone Turbo Tanks. So I'm going to design more realistic and scale accurate live action version. After hours of work, I managed to create it, and I know LEGO wouldn't do this way, but I went for look and scale accuracy. To complete it, I would add an additional clone minifigure. Nevertheless, it's a $45 clone battle pack. The perfect choice for it would be an updated RAF trooper, which we haven't seen since this battle pack in 2012, and we have seen plenty of them on 80RTs in the Clone Wars. They look great together with nicely scaled 80RT. Next on the list are 327 Star Corps Troopers. This set did well with adding a few accessories, but is barely enough. There is a big range of various Star Wars and Clone Trooper accessories to choose from, especially these binoculars, that have always worked great, so why they are not here? In 2023 501st Specialist Troopers Battle Pack we got two new accessories. Yes, the backpack wouldn't work due to shoulder armor, but the micro binoculars would be great. You can even upgrade them by using leftover LEGO sticker sheet, so you cut the black line and apply it onto the micro binoculars. This gets you a far more accurate 327 Specialist Clone Trooper. By using this sticker method you can also create your own custom troopers without permanently damaging your LEGO minifigures, like I did with my Captain Kyle. The leftover parts still have a lot of colorful bits, which you can add to your troopers. So meet this custom Sergeant Crash, who was really fun to design. Let's quickly build a rocket launcher for the previously made 327's Clone Specialist. Of course, first and obvious change will be adding wastegapes. Unfortunately, I only have these two light grey ones, and the accurate color should be dark tan, so with magic of editing, that's how they would look like. So here are our upgraded clone troopers. It's time for the droid side, and B2 Super Battle Droids are great. What's missing here is some additional B1 Battle Droids, like it was in the Battle Pack last year, which was $15 cheaper. I think a fun twist would be adding here two security battle droids, which we also haven't seen for a long time, and it would help a bit more with the value for this set. This Dwarf Spider Droid is amazing, and I can only see a small upgrade here. To make his head more rounded, I'll detach current 2x2 round plate and replace it with 2x2 rounded tile with stud in the middle and 2x2 radar dish. It's a small change, but I like it so much better now. Here is a look on all upgraded builds so far. It's way better now, but it still doesn't feel like a $45 set in my opinion. There is still one more design, which we haven't seen in LEGO form yet. And as this set is based on episode 3, a crab droid would be a great addition to it. Fortunately, I designed one in 2022, the tutorial is on the channel, and it will work perfectly here. Some of you may know that in the early pictures of this set there was supposed to be a little Felucia build included, so I spent some time exploring that world in Battlefront 2 to nicely recreate it in a smaller scale. I still want to keep it in a LEGO set style but be more accurate. I'm using here various plates, slopes and wedge pieces to make a little terrain with a spot for the Bacta container, a place to store some weapons, a few plants from Felucia, and a position for the minifigure. So here are all the upgrades. Now by using most of them we'll build a Clone Wars battle on my custom world, Therion Prime. Let's start with the plan for the layout of the battle scene. Next, by using various smaller pieces, I'm creating terrain sites with lots of ground and brick textures as well as some plants here and there. After strengthening the diorama and elevating the ground level, we can start building the main layer of terrain, which consists mostly of reddish brown color with bits of dark orange and dark brown that create an awesome combination. Additionally, there are olive green plants scattered throughout the scene to make it more lively. There is also a lot of ruined structures as we are in a very old courtyard. I made a bit of progress off camera, like these two destroyed columns on left and right, as well as the stairs leading into the future building. For which, using mostly jumper plates and snot bricks, I'm creating a simple but effective design of the tall pillar that I duplicated because I need two of them. They will be next to the entrance, where a door had to be added, so I'm building it right now. I chose the gold color because I feel like it will provide a great contrast to the light grey walls. Let's add all these elements into their intended spots. We need to secure and build up this side so it doesn't fall apart. In the meantime, I finished off the upper part of the entrance and I really like how this creation is coming together. What I would like to build now are these front columns. I'm starting with making a bracket based foundation, to which I'm adding various types of tiles and decorative pieces to create a unique design for each column. Let's add both of them to the previously prepared spots on the diorama. It's time to build up the wall, so I'm going to use a large variety of light bluish grey pieces in combination with colors and vegetation of Therion Prime. I'm adding here a lot of various little details and textures. I made this little component of camera, which will be a bit damaged decoration in this spot on the courtyard. Now I'm building up a slightly angled corner of this section, and I mirrored it on the other side of the decorative panel. Let's build the last wall section for this creation. Similarly to the previous walls, I'm trying to make a visible wear to the stones and at the same time to include some plants growing into the cracks of the damaged wall. I finished off the remaining bits of the walls and roof piece of camera, and now it's time for the best part of building such dioramas, the minifigures and their placement. I'm very satisfied with the final result. The entire battle scene turned out great. I'm happy with the amount of action and details I was able to pack here. Let's hope that Sergeant Crash and his forces will prevail in defending this courtyard, and we will see them in action on Therion Prime in the future. If you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to check out the next one, visible on the screen. See you soon!